Trees are a very important part of this planet. They provide us with clean oxygen, food such as apples and pears, wood to make furniture out of, and paper. Though the problem is that we waste these resources. We'll throw away a piece of paper because we don't think we'll need it anymore. Or we'll throw away an apple because we don't want to use it because we're not hungry or it has a brown spot on it. And it might not seem like much at the time, but the amount of people on Earth, the amount that we end up wasting, adds up pretty quickly. There are about 7.5 billion people on Earth. So as you can guess, more than 7.5 billion things are wasted each year. Approximately 1 billion trees worth of paper is wasted yearly. And 13 billion paper towels is wasted. So that's over 45 pounds of paper towels per person. Though if we were to reduce the amount of paper towels we use by just one every day, the amount would drop down to a rounded number of 571 million. If all the trees got chopped down, then not only will our air become less clean, but also we're taking away animals' homes who rely on trees. So chopping down a tree from an animal's home is kind of like someone taking a piece of your house away all of a sudden. But so many animals rely on trees, like monkeys, squirrels, koalas, birds, insects. So all of these animals' homes are being taken. Some scientists predict that within less than 40 years, if we continue to chop down trees at the rate we are, all the trees are going to go. Imagine if all the trees went suddenly. There would be no more forests, no more shade except from buildings. There'd be lots of smog and smoke. The air would be unbreathable. There'd be less rainfall because the trees soak up the water from the ground, bringing it up through their trunk into their leaves, which the leaves then transpire, which is like plant sweat. And that water goes up into the atmosphere to condense, which then comes back down as rain. So then there'd be less rainfall. There'd also be droughts, a lot of droughts. And when there's a drought, there's not as much water, which means that we won't be able to plant crops. Without the crops or grass, then our herds won't be able to eat. If our herds can't eat, then everyone dies. I honestly really like to play in trees or play with trees because not only does my Girl Scout leader have a really big tree in her yard, so before we start a meeting, we get to climb in it, play around with it, but also when I was in around 2nd or 3rd grade, for a few years, I would go cherry picking with one of my parents' friends' kids. And we would be running around making up contests, trying to see who could collect the most cherries or who could eat the most in one sitting. And whenever we got home, then my mom would make a really nice cherry pie for us to eat for dessert. And keeping trees around is a really important part of our life because they provide so much. So one way you can help is plant more trees around your home, or protest about not buying trees, not cutting down trees, not waste, instead recycle or reuse, or buy less paper, wood, that stuff. They're made from trees. Trees give us so much. They give us things that you might not think about, like gum and maple syrup. And they also give us normal things like paper so we can make magazines, notebooks, boxes. They give us wood to turn into furniture, for fires, for flooring, for the frame of our houses. And and so much more. So because of this, don't you think that trees are worth saving? Don't you think that we should do everything in our power we can to save the trees for our life? The end. Thank you. I'm done. And